So I got that oil stuff to finish yet, that exhaust manifold to get on there tight. I have the harmonic balancer to do yet. Not to mention the exhaust. Of course, that wouldn't be too difficult because the flanges are already on it, and just bolt that right on, and the other bolts from the original, and the original manifolds. That's no biggie. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a rat's nest, but really, I mean, you figure it only takes one wire to make this run, and that's for uh-oh, dropping wrenches. That's for that post right there, which is the positive. That's this one. But I was, I would get it running. Well, I mean, I would get it running if it was warm. And then glow plugs. All you have to do is looking at schematics is put power to this blue wire here through the key. Key on goes to this. And so that's the same wire technically as the wire that goes to your alternator. So yeah, I mean, I just got to pick that plug apart a little bit. I mean, it looks bad, but really, a lot of the wires, like all these over here, go to windshield wiper stuff and fluid, so that's why I have them sort of spread that way. But all the hots, like this red, that pink, and the other reds below there, they're just like key on and battery and dash and whatnot. The lights are in the body itself. These two wires here go to the fuel level in the tank for the old body. But I got that, So, and then this is glow plugs here, these orange wires. And then this blue wire, I think is the same. Yeah, it's the same over there. That does go to that relay over there, or the glow plug controller, I'm sorry. But yeah, I wasn't too worried about it, really. I mean, if I had to just pull this off, and forget about it from there, and then just run a switch, like a positive switch going to this here. This is the original relay for the glow plugs, and mount it. I was going to mount it in the original location, somewhere over there, where it would have been. Yeah, that's my idea. And then back there's my oil pressure thing for running the fuel pump, this stock fuel pump and the gas. It's going to put that on this fancy switch here and mount it probably in that cover somewhere, like so. That's just my light for the hood. I could put that on, actually. Yeah, like all these wires are just for the computer. So, obviously I can't run that. There's fuel injection for the gas. Obviously that's like unimportant. So I was thinking about cutting them off, but you never know. I might want to go back to the gas engine for whatever reason. I doubt it, but maybe. I probably ought to just cut those wires off, but then I'll run the risk of them shorting together. So I just leave plugs on them and just wrap them up or something. Put them in a towel and tape it shut. I don't know. Oh, another thing before it gets too dark. Well, here's my plug for the block heater. Another thing is this is cool. This is original idea, I think. Is that, I had two engines and I had those switches for the oil pressure, right? So I thought, okay, you can't see it, but you can see the T's. The T's are right over there. All the white dots there, that's Teflon tape. But what I did up in there is I used an old oil pressure sensor, like what's on the back end. There's the starter for this truck, or this engine. I gotta put it on. But it comes out here that tells the fuel pump, see, that's for your gauge, and that's for your fuel pump, so that if the engine stops during an accident, the fuel pump quits pumping gas and fueling the fire. Well, long story short, I thought, okay, why can't I use this thingy here and use that to turn off my injector pump. You know, I thought, hey, what a novel idea. I like that. Then it'll be like a Ford. It'll crank and crank and crank till it builds oil pressure before it starts. I like that idea anyways, because it gets oil moving and makes sure there's pressure there before it starts putting pressure against the bearings. So I thought, hey, I like that idea. Maybe I'll go with it. I also thought, okay, why can't I just hook that, you know, maybe into a toggle switch and then straight into the battery. So as long as that toggle switch is on and the engine turns over and builds oil pressure, then the truck would start. But you know, that might involve theft problems. But I mean, I doubt anybody would steal it. But it's just so easy to go from key on, because that's just, I'll just run it off of, oh, which wire is it here? That's the ground. There, no, that's not it. It's one of these wires. It's this one right here. I don't know what that one goes to. But this one right here goes to the alternator. That's the charge. Of course, I'll plug that into there, you know. I use as much as of the original harness that I can, and not the diesel harness, because that way I don't have to rewire stuff as much. But all I gotta do is splice into this wire here, that one wire right there, and then run that from here down to my pressure sender down there that's on my oil cooler lines. And because I think that's a full flow cooler, I'm pretty sure anyhow. If it doesn't work, it'll just be dumb, but whatever. Hopefully it works. And then, you know, run a wire down, then run a wire back, and then just run it right into there. And actually, what I was going to do, if I was going to do that, I'd just follow this wire here. I'd find it in the plug here, and that already has me run down over there, because that plug originally goes over in that direction anyways. So it would not be difficult at all to try to figure out which one and how and whatever you want to answer there. So that color there, match any of these colors. I think it'd be this color right here. Maybe. That might be key on. I don't know. Maybe it's another one under there. Whichever one it is, quick ohms meter would figure that one out. But, you know, that wire's already run down there. All I'd have to do is run the wire. And technically, if I could piece that wire apart somewhere else, that would be nice. I'm sure there's another key on spot, like under that panel, that I could run down and then back up. That would be just as easy, if not easier, than trying to do the rest of it, but I didn't get that far yet. So, yep, that's my update. I don't know if I'm going to do electric fan yet or not. We'll see. I'll probably do the manual fan just to get it running and going. But that's my update. The dipstick's a little bit sort of in the road. Well, it's not in the road, but my Hydro Boost is, because of just how everything's laid out. But I definitely like the later model Hydro Boost than trying to go with the other model. Not to mention that they have to drill more holes in the firewall for the older model, but yeah, it's besides the point. Small brake lines. It's just a light duty truck, you know, but it's what I want, you know. That's what I like. Light duty truck. Maybe get some decent mileage out of it. I just love how this door, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. It just shuts. It's beautiful. It's nice. Listen to that. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it.